Gemini, hi. So this is going to be a reading for April 14th through the 20th. And I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there's an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Gemini. What do we got? Okay, the overall energy for the reading, the Fool. That's a nice energy. That's probably one of my favorite energies to open up a reading. Because it's one of those where you just take life for what it is. You know, you're just embracing it with whatever comes your way. And it's like, okay, bring it on, bring it on. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? I don't know. Let's not think about it, type of thing. So it's pretty nice. In the recent past, the Six of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. I see you distancing yourself from certain things, and there's a lot of self-love involved there as you're doing that. So maybe because you're doing that, you kind of instinctively, remove yourself from things that don't resonate anymore, energies, people, places, things like that. Pretty cool energy. Could be very hermiting too. Pretty nice. In the current situation, the Moon, the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Okay, something's bugging you, something's stressing you out, but at the same time, you're shooting out a lot of love in that direction as well. So whatever this is that's kind of on your mind, almost constantly, like a white noise, like it's always there in the background, like it almost looks like you got used to it or something. We'll see what that is, because again, I see you shooting darts of love in that direction as well. But in the immediate future, the King of Swords, the Justice card, the Lovers. Ooh, Gemini's back in the house. You look super clear about at least what this connection represents to you. There seems to be an element of balance there too with that, so I don't know what that applies to, but I don't know. Great energy. But let's clarify. Let me do the Fool, the Six of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Pentacles. Again, you feel really good about something, and it could have a lot to do with your stability too here, because I see a slight change in there, in that energy of stability of yours, and you feel super good in general, but again, especially tied up to your sense of stability. So it could be something good happening at work, or something opening up in regards to your housework, stuff like that. Looking nice. Let me do the Six of Swords in the recent past, the Nine of Cups, the Empress, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're choosing to care for someone from the distance, because if you get close, then it gets complicated. So it's like, I'll just go right there. I got you from where I'm at, but like, I'm not coming any closer, okay? Because, it might get very complicated very fast. So I'll just do that. Okay, so that's what this is. I'm starting to get allergies, which is not nice. It's feeling a little not nice. At first, I felt I was losing my hearing. And then I'm feeling a slight congestion over the face. And I'm like, shit. Here we go. So if you hear me a little bit over the next weeks, because I don't know how long it takes, but I'm new to allergies, okay? I didn't have them until about 3-4 years ago. So for the Nine of Cups in the recent past, you get the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Swords. All right. There's a little bit of a conflict here for you in terms of self-love and then the love you carry for others. It's like one of those, you know, how can you love others if you don't love yourself first type of thing. And I feel like there's a conflicting type of thinking there in regards to this one. Because, you know, most times, most of us would be like, oh, I'll open up my heart when somebody shows up that's worthy of me doing that. Which is a bunch of bullshit, because nobody's going to show up unless your heart is open. You know, it's the law of attraction. You know, your frequency of your heart attracts that same frequency usually. So that's where I feel like there's a little bit of conflicting something for you in there. Like, I'll keep myself closed off until, you know, somebody shows up, and then poof, just like that, I'll open up my heart, because that's how it works. It's so easy to open up your heart. You know, it's not. So no, that's a bunch of crap that we tell ourselves. Okay. I feel like it has to do with that distance situation of you stay right there and I'll go ahead and love you from where I'm at. Or, yeah, there's something conflicting about the energy of love and how you share it, potentially with somebody here that's of importance. For the Queen of Pentacles in the recent past, you get the Strength card, the Page of Swords, the Lovers. Yeah, and then you get to the, you know, the right dosage, the right formula for this. It's kind of like, yeah, it kind of has to start with me, I think. It has to start with me, which is very, very difficult, very hard. Probably the hardest, because yes, it is. And then it's going to spread out there, and I'm going to attract, you know, the perfect heart resonance to mine. And yes. Okay, so you struggled a little bit there until you got to this conclusion. Good. So that tells me that there's been a lot of self-love type of an energy, type of a process there for you, which is great. That's always good to see. For the Moon, in the current situation, you get the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. You're more upset than you're letting on. You seem to be a little bit stressed out about something, and then I look behind the curtain that hides the truth, and I'm like, oh, okay, you're actually quite stressed out about this. It's not just a little bit, because you don't know what to do about something and you're upset because you don't know what to do about something, because you're so confused that you have no idea. Okay, and then you're showing me, no, it's just a little, no, not a big deal. Yeah, it stresses me out, but just a little bit. Yeah, no, it stresses you out a lot from what you're showing me. For the Nine of Swords, in the current situation, you get the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles. All right. You're concerned because you want to do what's best. You want to... I don't know what this applies to. I get the sense that this would be about work. There's a robin in my tree, and it landed there when I started the reading, and it's still there. It's, I think it's surrounding this work situation, whatever you got going on here. Because you're showing up in a pretty steady, confident, and really wanting to keep things right, keep things balanced, you know? Not only for you, but for everybody involved, which I don't know what the fuck that means, but okay. And you're giving me a sense of, but it's difficult, it's hard, and it's stressing me out a little bit, I gotta admit. It's stressing you out more than a little bit from what I can see, but for some reason you're not letting that out. You're not wanting others to see or something. So sorry for giving you away, but yeah. Let's do the Knight of Cups, the Tower, the High Priestess, the Ten of Pentacles. I like your attitude though. You're quite confident that it's going to turn out okay. Even if it's going to be the most struggling thing in the world, you'll overcome that and everything's going to be okay. So no matter what, you're giving me a sense of doesn't matter what kind of challenges come through, because we'll overcome those challenges and it's going to be okay. Like, I got a good feeling about this. So that's how you're showing up here. And okay, I like your attitude. I don't know what this is. You're definitely stressing because not out of nothing. So there's something going on that's causing this, stress here. Maybe that's why you're keeping it on the down low as well, so that you don't feed that energy of, I don't want to fall into that and start like really starting to stress about things, because that's not good either. Okay, that could be it too. All right, let me see the King of Swords in the immediate future. The Ten of Swords, the Six of Cups, the King of Wands. There's a soul connection that shows up here that's looking like it's heading south. I get the sense that you're the one that's making it head in that direction. You're the one that's kind of calling the shots here, and you're like, okay, it's done. I don't know what type of a soul connection, if it's a friendship, if it's someone you're working with, but it's a given when that time comes, when you're kind of cutting it off. It's kind of a given. It almost seems natural to you that you do it. Yeah, it needs to go. So it's not going to be a surprise or anything. It's not going to be, oh my God, what am I doing here? No, not at all. Let me do the Justice card. Wow. The Chariot, the Judgment card, the Ace of Cups, because you're making room for, again, remember that process back there in the past, self-love, law of attraction. You're making room for energies that resonate with you. So whatever doesn't anymore, out it goes. It's one of those cleansing processes that you're experiencing. So it kind of makes sense. That's why it's making sense that, some things are going to go, you're going to let some things go, so that you make room for the things that need to come up for you, that resonate, especially potentially when it comes to matters of the heart here. Wow. For the lovers in the immediate future, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Death card, the Fool. This is not believable to me. This is showing up like quite the strong connection you may share with someone. I'm not sure if it's revealing itself for what it truly is. Not from the get-go, at least. Because I see the situation bouncing into your life and then out, and then in, and then out, and then in, and then out. Not super fast in the way it's coming in, not super fast in the way it's going out. So it could be someone you already know that's kind of hanging there, and then they disappear off the face of the earth, or you do, and then, it kind of comes back around somehow. Hello. So it presents itself in that way, which is, from an energetic perspective, that's just how it is. From a human perspective of what's going on here, you might not even think about this, like give it the time of the day. You might be like, yeah, someone I went to high school with, and then we went separate ways, but then, wow, they showed back up in my life because, our jobs are, excuse me, I'm talking. Our jobs or something kind of got us, and then again, another life circumstance kind of tore us apart, and then here we are again. So it's kind of looking like something like that. Doesn't have to be romantic necessarily, but it's definitely a pretty strong soul connection that shows up like that, which I feel like if at some point in time it got cut off, it's coming right back in at some point here. Where? Why are you purring here and I'm hearing you here? I told you my ears are clogged. My everything is clogged. I'm hearing her purr here and she's purring right here. Because I'm like, that's not Juno. Juno's sleeping. But you purr. You purr loud. Anyways, let's see what the universe has as a final advice. Pretty nice reading for you. She concurs. From the universe, you get the Queen of Swords, the Judgment card, the Strength card. Yeah, pretty transformative period of time, and I feel like you're showing up as you've got a handle on it. It's not easy at times, but you still got a handle on it. So, anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.